Okay guys, so welcome back to a new episode. In this one, we are covering GameStop. So first things first guys, there isn't really going to be too many fundamental analysis factors in this video, simply due to the fact that one, this is already a very well established company, so you probably already know what it does. On the second point, if you do need me to do a bit of more deep dive into this one, feel free to tell me in the comments. I will do it in a future episode, but I assume that most of you guys have heard enough about this stock recently to already know what is going on. But you know what guys, the main purpose of this video is to give my personal opinions on what has happened over the past few days. All of that kind of good stuff is coming up in this episode. If it sounds like a plan, leave a like and subscribe, it would go a mile. On top of that, if you want to come talk to us on Discord, you can. Link to our Discord is in that description box. And with that being said, we're not going to waste any time, and by the way, I am not a financial advisor, but we are going to jump straight into the video. So guys, yeah, looking at GameStop, you know what, if you don't already need me to tell you, GameStop is basically a electronics company. Looking at them from a fundamental standpoint, like I said, we're not going to be doing much of that, but looking at what we do know, it's obviously an American video game consumer electronics store, and obviously gaming merchandise retailer as well. So basically, they're operating in that gaming sector. It kind of goes alongside the name. Obviously, it is kind of a household name. I am from the UK, and I have actually heard of GameStop previously to this. Obviously, market cap is at 22.31 billion, so it's obviously a very large company. And you know what guys, looking at this one from a fundamental standpoint, and like I said, not much of that is coming up in tonight's episode, but we can see that overall the earnings have not been all too awful over the past few periods, and things are looking kind of decent for the company. Don't get me wrong guys, it's nothing remarkable, it's not fantastic, we have seen better in the past, but you know what guys, it is obviously still doing pretty decent in my opinion, looking at what we have seen over the past year when it comes to profit records for the stock. So you know what guys, prior to this short squeeze and Reddit hype and all that kind of good stuff, GameStop, it's insane to look back and see it, but back on about the 19th, 20th of August of 2020, we were sat at about what, $10? Sorry, $4, even worse. So you can see guys, it's been pretty flat up until about the late January period, where we can see it saw that big increase. But you know what, even on the 31st of December, we can see we're at $20. So you know what, fair enough, it was a fairly decent rally up of about 400% over the whole 6-month period up until then. But even then, it was looking pretty flat in relation to what we have just seen. So obviously guys, overall over the past 6 months, we can see big breakouts. Let's get a number on that if we can, and we can see we're up 4,600%. That is insane figures to see in a shares price increasing. Obviously, looking at this one over the past month, we can see, like I said, trading about $20 pretty stably up until that breakout, and then obviously from there we're at 39, which was pretty stable. Then we went back down to 35, trading in the 30s for a while, and then kaboom, you know what, we went straight up over $300, and this is just insane. Now, a lot of this is coming from retail traders. We already know this. Obviously, just scrolling down a little bit, we can see that a lot of people from Wall Street Bets are on this one. A lot of institutions are actually shorting this one, and it's kind of created what we would call a short squeeze. So I'm not going to go too much into that as well. I'm sure you already know what it is, and I'm sure somebody's got a great video on it that you can watch after this one. But basically, guys, when a stock price increases rapidly, a lot of people do try and cover their positions in shorts, which means that it creates a short squeeze. So, of course, not going too deep into it, but we can see this is kind of what we are seeing right now with GameStop and quite a few other stocks. So yeah guys, a lot of people do appear to be shorting this one. A lot of other people, a lot of institution investors are shorting it. A lot of other people, such as retail investors, do want to hold it and do see a big deal with this one. But honestly guys, it is a really interesting time to be on the markets. It's kind of a historical event, as people have said before. I would definitely agree with that. You know what, it's a case of retail investors against actual actual investors from institutions, so it really is quite a big moment when we are looking at the markets. Quite historical, quite cool to see. But when it comes to GameStop as a company, as a stock, personally, I would not be getting in this one now, in my opinion, because yes, it's a good company, it's a decent company anyway, but you know what guys, we're up 4,000%. Yes, it could go up more, it probably will, possibly, but I don't think it's going to go up enough to justify the risk. I think, yes, we could see big gains, maybe even to $400 possibly, but in my personal opinion guys, it's definitely definitely a very risky one because, it is a case of institutions against retail investors, and it's just quite risky at the minute in my opinion. But you know what, guys, maybe you do want to invest in this company. Please tell me what you think over on the Discord or down in the comments. But yeah, guys, this has been a very interesting time for GameStop, and I think it's definitely very cool to see this, but personally I would not be buying because the risk factor is too high in my opinion. But yeah, it's interesting to see how Reddit has hyped this one up and what can happen when, investors put their heads together. So I hope you enjoyed the quick video, guys. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.